second on her second throw, 56.62, back in the third place.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Flight 2 now underway over there in the men's triple jump. With 32 his first jump. And he's easily into the lead there. Steve Olson, Wisconsin lacrosse. In trouble finding the board. Senegal up on the runway next.
Hello everybody, welcome. Don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. I'm tapping in my last and final day out here in Geneva, Ohio. The running events here will start at 1 o'clock, so I'm a little bit early. Checked out of the hotel, and you guys know the checkout time is 11, so let's come and sit here. The weather is not as bad as Thursday and Friday. Seems like the rain is going to hold off. The wind is low, moderate. It's not torturous at all, so it's bearable. Today, I'm looking forward to the competitors and a few races, not only my daughters, but there's a few of them that I've been watching that I actually love to see also compete out here in these races for their championship acknowledgement in the Division III NCAA women's and men track and field. I am having an absolutely good time. However, you know, every good thing comes to an end. And it'll be time for me to take my journey back home into the state where I reside to. I'm a great supporter, and I'm also a super fan of my daughter, Coda Bear. That's what she's known as on here, but out here on the track and field, she is Dakota Mitchell. My support for her, and y'all have, it's just a good feeling. I'm hoping that she does well today. She is qualified to run the 100-meter dash, which will start around 1 p.m. And she is also qualified to run the 4x100 with her teammates as well, but that will be later on, I think around 3:15. However, I will still be sitting down here because I like watching the 800 meters and the 4x400 relay and the 400 meters. I love those races, the anxiety and the anticipation and trying to guess who's going to win and stuff. It'd be fun to me, and just looking at all of the hard work that a lot of these people come out here to do, other than being out somewhere else in trouble and, doing things that we're not supposed to do or, we shouldn't do, but get caught up doing them and ended up detouring our life into a path that we just don't want. So that's what makes me happy sitting out here knowing that there are still a lot of American people, that has a head on their shoulders and try to make the best out of life as it is given to them on a daily basis. And I love seeing that. But I do notice, you have to be somebody to know somebody and have a talk to hold the interest of a lot of people. So, and that's why I don't film anymore. I'm noticing that it doesn't interest quite a few people out here for Papoose to, receive the acknowledgement to her channel that she was hoping that she would look for because it's something different. But different is not what everybody wants. We all kind of want to, the same of what's been going on. But even though I sit and I watch a lot of the stuff that's going on out here, sometimes I just refrain from intervening and getting inside of every story that has dropped out here. For instance, I've been watching the
Here's Chuck 1482.
Papoose and Remy situation, and it is just so sad, that just because we go through things in life or situations occur, I guess I just don't like the fact that people are put into positions where they owe the world their story about why certain things happen and why they didn't. I guess it's just to make sure that you can keep a certain image out here and the likings from people that probably help put you up there to where you elevated to as a celebrity or what. But it's just saddens to me how so many people just feels like that they owe people, stories about a situation. I'm like, what the hell? But anywho, I was watching that. Hi, James. How are you today? So, and I'm pretty sure, on the other hand, a lot of the not so much attention or whatever drawn to when I do decide to come on and do something different like this comes from people that has their opinion in their mental set on, not supporting or not liking her. But I'm going to say this very proudly, supporting is a mutual objective, If you look for support, and I understand you should give support. And I support a whole lot of people, but I don't want to become envy just because of that, but it kind of seems like you kind of have to. You just bag up and just keep doing your thing as you do by yourself and just hope for the best behind it, because for this community here, it's a downer. It just really put a damper on a lot of things if you are, or if you have come from this community to try to grow. And then trying to get out of it just seems so freaking hard. But I guess you got to learn how to hashtag and at different communities to, see if you can gain some of a different attention group of people, to want to come out and vibe with you on your channels and have particular type of discussions and laughter and stuff like that. But I am not going to rabble on. I just want to mention how I have had an outstanding, great 3 days out here. participating as a spectator in the NCAA. A lot of it can be caught on YouTube. If you tap it in, you can actually see the races. All you have to do is type in on your YouTube channel, NCAA Division 3, 2025, Geneva, Ohio track and field. And you will actually see the races in a much more live effect so that you can, kind of zoom in on different runners and participants that are out here on the track. I watched it the other day. It was pretty cool because then I get to rewind and then, rewind it and fast forward, and that was pretty cool. I will not be filming any more of these events. Not now. Not now, because there's no interest in it. However, if I do a short, and thanks to YouTube, they will send my short out, for me to be able to gain some views and to keep my channel afloat out here in the YouTube to different people. So I have to say shout out to YouTube for that, and not the people that are actually, so much subscribed, because you get to go in, and look at a lot of information behind the scenes on your channel. It'll show you how many people have shared your channel. Of course, we all know who all have subscribed to your channel, and so on and so forth. But I pay attention to a lot. But I also will have an answer when people decide to have their channel and, go through the same thing, and you looking like, well, where everybody is at? Yeah, you can count me out, because I literally sat back and I watched. And this is like some of the people that I not felt really, but assumed that, that there was some closest and would have a little spare time, in their life to come on and vibe and support, or pretend to support the interests, because I would have done the same. If it was other people, I would be like, oh, let me go on here, let me support. Hell, I will even freaking travel to come and bring my support if needed to be done. But I paid attention. Put that on the record. I paid close attention. And I took names. So if you all feel like that, oh, she's funnified now, or she's this or she's that, you best to believe that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, But overall, at the end of the day, you still learn to do you and not worry about the other. So let's get that clear too. But I'll watch and I'll look, phone will ring. Nah, man, bag up. Bag up, man. Text messages come through. Nah, bag up, man. Kid, miss me on that. No, it's not when you want it. It's when we both should be able to share it. It's a mutual thing. And when the mutual part of it is not equal to me, man, people got to balance. And that's just my heart. And that's real talk, as y'all say out here. That's real freaking deal. Nah, move the fuck around. So, but again, I've watched. I've been on here ample amount of times, changing up my vibe a little bit, bringing my daughter and other team members out on this channel, but doesn't hold y'all interest. But see, well, when I come and I feel like it, and now I want to indulge in a little bit of the drama and laugh at this or that, I'll do my commentary, drop and go. I thank everybody. But all of that individual, what's up, hey, how you doing, how's you doing? I got to move around on that shit, because sometimes it'll make a person feel some type of way, like what you had, you ain't gonna miss it till it's gone. Well, I have to reverse that analogy up, because technically I don't think that I'll really miss it at all, because people were only here just for a reason or either a season. But that's how you learn who your real rock and rollers are. I see everything. I see everybody's movement. I get all this stuff down my timeline just like everybody else, but I just don't make it my business. Just know that I do see. So when all of a sudden my feathers on my back is standing up and you trying to figure out which one, is out of asymmetric category, then you'll understand that. Yeah, it is what the crap it is. But I really look forward to a whole, a lot of them, a few, if not most, none of them, maybe one or two or three. And those three, y'all know, shout out to y'all. I will do that. Shout out to y'all supporting Coda Bear behind the scenes. She's very appreciative of that support, even if it's you saying good job, great job. But the only one that I know who's gonna stand behind her for real and rock and roll like I do, that's me. Putting in the miles on that road, man, that's me. And they say you got to have your own because ain't nobody else really going to have you like your own. But I still appreciate, this or that. There is some good news, though. Hey, Rated R, baby. Coda's family's coming out. I had drove. This is just how much I am into, me supporting and loving and this or that. Not only that, I'll share somebody else that I actually got a phone call from and was like, hey, I want to actually meet you. I made that shit happen because the feelings was mutual behind it and had a fabulous good time. Shout out to Lily. I met Lily. I've been told by quite a few people that would say, well, you need to stay away from that person. You need to stay away from this person. Or you need to not do this and not do that. I've heard that a lot throughout my YouTube journey out here. But at the same time, I have to go find out for myself. Lily cool than a mother sucker. Cool as hell. I was so glad to have driven myself to have lunch with her, not only her. Shout out to you, Shasha. Y'all know her. But what is it rated? I don't want to get it wrong. Is it LFN or News who bring all the news out here? Shout out to you. I met Sasha and it was great. We sat there and had great dialogue and laughter and our food wasn't so great. But I had a fabulous time with those two ladies. Appreciate that. But Coda Bear family, some of them that are here in Cleveland, Ohio, they'll be here and should be not too long from now. And when they heard about her name being mentioned in the NCAA, they called me up. I haven't heard from them, I think, since the repassing when I was in Ohio last, right? And they was like, cuz, what? We are there. And I was like, well, you guys really don't have to come. So they was like, cuz, we will be pulling up on final day. Is she in the finals? And I was like, yeah, they was like, reserve our seats. We'll meet you there. So they should be here around 12:30 or so. We come and support our cuz. Are you crazy? This the NCAA. That's big. Even if she doesn't even get an award. Just the fact that she got to participate in this is big. So I was like, well, you guys could come on out. And I was like, well, we're at the Spire Academy. They was like, say less. They pulling up 6 deep. So they on their way. And I'll have to go to, take a few pictures with her cousins for her memoir or tag them up on her page with their permission, of course. And I'm sure that will delight her, so much now. She don't know, but bringing out more support for her, and for them to have that excitement behind it, it's pretty good. Then I come to find out that I ended up with a cousin. I'm not going to say the team that he plays for right now. And I was like, what? You're trying to go pro in football? It's like, that's what up. I was like, now listen, I'm going to need me a ticket to come out to support you and stuff like that. Or just, I'll start following the team. I'll say later, not now. where you are, and I'll come out to one of your games to support. So that's what's up. He's aiming for pro football. So, and I was, go do your thing, bro. Wow, the last time he was a little boy, now he's a grown man. I was like,
Williamson throws
cool,
for
but
241 in the
thank you,
42
Toll,
base running.
Rated R.
Three and
I
flight to
appreciate that.
Livingston,
And
and
these
good men against
messages
Senegal.
and things that are left in my
15-32,
comments, I share all of that
14 and
with Coda Bear. I
15-7.
show her, I'm like, look at this, look at the support. And you all know that once a person knows that they have that type of support behind them, that they'll have that adrenaline to keep going, and keep going. Just like I'm looking at the long jump over there. That's their team clapping it up, boy. And that makes that person aim to a higher achieving, what they're trying to do out there and grow and grow and grow. But I'm going to tap off and I'll try to catch a few little clips if I'm not so excited and forget about my phone because, it shakes all over when I'm yelling and things like that. And maybe next year, when it starts all over again, I'll probably have a better setup and stuff. But I talk a lot during the races. I talk a lot during the races, but on that, I say what I say and I mean what I say. And yeah, I'll still have my little drama. I'll still have my opinions about the drama that's going on and still do that. But know this. I'll always, for now, we'll rock with Rated R. We'll participate. You know why? Because he has been there with showing mutual dialogue. He visits. He thumbs me up. I go over there. I thumb him up, even though he ain't gave me no rent yet. I'm just patiently waiting because I like his show. I like his energy. I like his different topics. All of them. I may not participate when he get into his sports stuff. That's just because I don't know much, about the players and the teams of NFL or in NBA or stuff like that. But I be there, and most of the time he rocks and roll when I'm dead smack in the middle of paperwork at work before leaving. But those are his hours. But I'm going to make myself known that I'm there in support of his like button and his channel and keep growing. But because we all got this little energy out here about we don't like her and you don't like him and that. It's like it's not even about the person. It should be about the freaking message, or just the message. I'll leave it there. But hey, I get it. Everybody go in their own little corner, and duke it out on your screen with these low vibration channels that in this dang gone community that's been terribly damaged. It's just all behind trying to support someone in what your belief was for his innocence. And this is where it has gotten us. I got to get the hell out of this community. I'd rather go start a whole R. Kelly avocation somewhere freaking else, but that's here, near, or there also, but it is what it is. I gotta go. Y'all have a blessed day. But just know why my nose is up in the air when you decide, and I'm saying you and generalizing that word, why Pape supporting that of what you do. Shout out to you, Lily. Shout out to you, Sasha. Shout out to you, Rated R. Seems like the only two people at least that I'm able to get down with and have fun with on the channels and stuff with. But you have to learn to stay away from the demons, the demonic behavior, because that's all that's out here. Come on here and talk about it and move the hell around, from it. But I gotta go. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll try to capture a few of Dakota, one or two of the events and probably post it up in a short or something. Shout out to YouTube for sharing the videos out there for other people who you don't even know that likes and views your channel. Peace, y'all.